Hey, I have here open QGIS with the countries of the world and cities of the world. And this is a very old data set. I think I used it when I started teaching GIS, which may be about more than 25 years ago. You will notice that Sudan is not here divided in south and north, and there are other issues as well, as we will see. Now in this video then I want to show how you can use select feature by value and select feature by expression. In QGIS we have this in this drop-down menu here, and I'm first going to show select feature by value. This is the easiest way to do an attribute selection. So when I have selected cities from layers here, this comes up, and these are then the fields within the cities feature. So for instance, if I now want to select all those cities which are capital, I can select then this attribute values and also use arithmetic operator, which is equal to, if I click select feature, then all the capitals of the world will pop up. Now I could also make a selection based on population. Let's say I want to select all cities that has a population larger than 10 million people. And I enter 10 million in the population field and make sure this is set to greater than, and I do a selection. Then I find that there are 11 features, 11 cities that have this population larger than 10 million. But please bear in mind that this is an old data set. Now one can also combine expression here. For instance, if we are interested in having capitals, finding which capitals have population larger than 10 million people, having both these here and do a new selection, we would then get less. 6 features will then be selected. We have no control on how QGIS combine two expressions. And this is better solved in the select feature by expression. Here we get a large menu, and we need to open fields and values. And here we see the fields which we have in the cities layer. So again, we can enter here capital. If we double click on capital, this expression comes up here, and we can also find from operators. We have some operators here, so we can set capital should be equal and put an yes there. And you may notice here that this expression is invalid, so something is wrong here. And if we take a new look at the capital field, the ABC here indicates that this is a string variable, so the Y needs to be with this single quotation mark. So clicking on select feature, this will then show all the capitals in the world. We could then combine using the AND operator and put up also the population field. And here we see that this is a numeric field. Since it's 1, 2, 3 here, we don't have the larger than operator in the battery here, but we can select it from the operator. So we find it here. So population should be larger than 10 million. So as this is a numerical variable, I do not need to have this single quotation marks. And I have no warning here, so this should be okay. So click on select feature. This will overwrite the existing selection, and we will have 6 features selected. The same cities as with the other option. But here we can also then demonstrate then the difference between the AND operator and the OR operator by just swapping this, clicking OR instead. And you may remember that the OR operator is much more inclusive than the AND operator. By having the OR operator, we get many more, as many as 163 features selected. So here we got then the situation that one of these expression needs to be true, but not both. So we can have capitals, but the city does not have to have population larger than 10 million, which is the case for Oslo, Stockholm, Copenhagen, for instance. These are all capitals, but do not have population larger than 10 million.